I'm starting. Hi, it's Mark Bossert, top local lead generation. We're here today with Dr. Nicholas Jensen from Divine Elements. How are you doing today, Nick?
Great, thanks, Mark. I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. So I understand you're a proud new father.
hmm You have two now. Yeah, the our second came last week, so we're pretty exhausted and happy and all the above. Yeah.
Awesome. So I guess we're going to talk about hormone signatures again,
hmm
and why it's important. Important.
hmm
So who would benefit from having their hormones checked?
So yeah, just to recap what a hormone signature is just it's anyone who is coming in with symptoms of low energy, fatigue, low libido, not feeling quite like themselves. All these symptoms we compare with a laboratory assessment and blood work. And once we discover the symptoms and the blood work, we're able to discover more about how it's expressing in the body, and that's essentially your signature. So who would benefit from this um, hormone imbalance is basically anyone who's feeling stressed, tired, overweight, not feeling quite like themselves, disconnected from their partner. Hormonal imbalance can show up in so many ways, and looking at the underlying mechanism for it, we're really looking at a stress response in the body. So um, when things seem like they're out of control and the only solution that we're aware of at the time is maybe antidepressants or some sort of medication to suppress a symptom, we should be looking in other areas, and definitely looking at your hormones is one of those areas to really pay a good amount of attention to.
So you kind of covered this, but what type of patients benefit from this program, and I guess who do you see mostly?
hmm So the patients that benefit most are definitely those that are experiencing symptoms, but in that age range could be anywhere from 25 to 65. It could be men, it could be women. And typically the most common patient would definitely be a female in that perimenopausal age, roughly around 45 to 55, and those are the ones that are really feeling the real upswing and downswing of all their hormones. So that's the majority, and second to that would be men, again around the age of 45 and up, and those are men who are again not feeling quite like themselves, losing that energy, maybe feeling a little disconnect and low libido with their partner. It's almost, I think it's been coined the midlife crisis for men, and it's always been a little bit hush hush and suppressed, and when we look closer at it, it's really a hormonal imbalance, and there's a mind component to it, and there's a physical component, and when we look down at it, we can see that these populations of people that are really suffering, and we don't have to.
Right. So further into that, what type of patients do you want to work with?
It goes back to the same thing. I mean, ideally, we want to work with people that want help and then want to look for an underlying cause for why they're feeling the way they are. We want people who are motivated and inspired and want to be inspired about making healthy changes. At the end of the day, we can balance a hormonal system, but if people aren't on board with making some of the lifestyle changes and the nutritional changes that really augment and support the therapy, then maybe those aren't the best type of patients to work with. So ideally, we want someone who's motivated, who's excited to make a change, and who's tired of the system that's been treating a disease model and not supporting a health model, and that's the kind of visionary scope that we want to work with.
Tired of being tired.
Yeah. Well, exactly. And I mean, when you look at it, you could say everybody's tired of being tired. I mean, we live in a stressful world. How it expresses in someone's body may be different for some than others, and when it's affecting your quality of life and it's affecting relationships, it's affecting how you're feeling in your body, then it's time to look for some answers.
So weight loss and hormone imbalance, how does that, what's the interplay between those
Yeah,
factors?
this is one of the bigger reasons I think people get stuck, with a nutrition plan or tried thousands of different diets and nothing's working for me. We're not looking at the mechanisms that actually allow for proper metabolism. So hormones are that pathway. So if our hormones are really out of whack, we have a real difficult time shifting into a proper body composition. So we look at thyroid function, which really controls that metabolism pathway. We look at the adrenal function, which looks at the stress response and to see how the cortisol and insulin play a role in how our body's holding fat or building muscle. And then we look at testosterone and estrogen and progesterone and DHEA. All these hormones play a pivotal role in body composition. And then aside, there's plenty of research to show that rates of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, obesity, even prostate cancer are all linked to low levels of testosterone in men. So these are very serious illnesses, and what we find with bioidentical hormone replacement therapy is that when you're implementing a program such as this, you're actually decreasing all-cause mortality. So it's a really powerful way to invest in your health for for the long run. So
And avoid, I guess it's a great way to avoid the skinny fat guy.
well, yeah, you go into an old folks home and you see pot bellies and no muscle in the arms and no muscle in the legs, and this is this development of, it's called sarcopenia, or loss of muscle mass. It shows up over time, and it doesn't just have to happen in an old folks home. It's happening much earlier than that. And when we look at how we stress our bodies out, we're building fat and not building muscle. So balancing the hormones is a major key to getting things back on track.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Nick. This has really been enlightening, and it's also kind of frightening, but I'm really glad that there's an answer.
Yeah, definitely.
Something that I will be coming to see you about personally.
Great.
And my wife's enjoying her hormone treatments right now, and
Good to
working
hear.
really well. So we've been talking with Dr. Nicholas Jensen from divineelements.ca. You can reach them at divineelements.ca, or you can call them at 604-568-3735. Get some sleep, okay?
Thanks so much, Mark. Have a great day.
Bye.